friends, and welcome to Light on Granite with Diana. Please take a seat on your mat. Sit comfortably, rest your hands on your knees, elongate your spine. Close your eyes and connect with this moment and with your breath. We're going to rub our hands vigorously together. And then when they're nice and warm, we're going to place our palms on our eyes. Now we're going to take our palms and we're going to rub them from our temples down to our chin. Nice and slow 3 times. Excellent. Now you're going to take your 2 pointer fingers, put them on the bridge of your nose, and then you're going to rub them along the top of your cheekbone out to your temples. Do that 3 times. Make sure it feels good. And then we're going to move our pointer fingers between our eyebrows and rub across our eyebrows to our temples 3 times. And lastly, we're just going to massage our temples for a moment. Taking some time for self-care. Wonderful. Inhale, arms up, look up. Then we're going to tilt to the right, keeping our arms extended. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, the other side. Inhale, back to center. And now we're going to grab our elbows behind our head. Stretch ourselves up nice and tall. Lean back just a little bit. Stretch out. Wonderful. Now while holding our elbows, we're going to go ahead and tilt to the right. Back to center and tilt to the left. And back to center. Now, friends, we're going to go ahead and come into neck rolls. Gently roll one way. And then the other. And then we're going to look right, look left, look right, look left, look right, look left, and then look up and chin down to chest. Look up, chin to chest, look up, chin to chest. Wonderful. From here, we're going to go ahead and interlock our hands behind our back. Open up that chest. Take a nice deep breath. And forward fold. Inhale back up. Look up. And exhale, forward fold. Wonderful. Come back up and release. Come into a gentle twist to the right. Gentle twist to the left. Back to center. And now, friends, we're going to make our way into table. And then we're going to plug our toes and come into child's pose. And then we're going to roll forward, coming into upward dog. Opening up that chest and then pushing back into downward dog. You can release your toes or keep them plugged if you want. Upward dog and child's pose. And upward dog and child's pose. And then come back into table. And from here, friends, we are going to move into body rolls. So move in a way that feels good to you and loosens you up. I want you to switch directions and release. Now we're going to step our left foot back and just stretch out that leg. And release and step back and stretch out the other leg. And back to center. And now we're going to come into thread the needle pose. So we're going to inhale that right arm up, look up towards the sky, and then we're going to thread that arm underneath, bring that shoulder down to the mat, and go ahead and extend that left arm out. And release and relax. Wonderful. Slowly come back up. We're going to do the other side. Look up, thread that arm through, then extend your top arm and breathe. And let go. Enjoy the stretch. And we're going to come back to table and slowly push up into downward dog. This is your first downward dog, so go ahead and pedal those feet to loosen up those calves. Excellent. Now we're going to step mat width apart. And we're going to plug our toes into our heels. So take your right toes and plug them into your left heel. And then we're going to switch. And release. And now from here, we're going to make sure our feet are back in alignment, nice and wide, and really push into that wide downward dog. Notice how different it feels from a regular downward dog. And then go ahead and walk your hands up to your feet, coming into a forward fold. And then we're going to take a breath. We're going to bend our knees and slowly roll up to standing. Wonderful. Now from here, friends, we're going to step nice and wide on our mat, and we're going to make a nice big human X. Look up towards the sky. Stretch open those arms. Take in all the universe has to offer you. And then bring those hands behind your back, interlock them, and we're going to forward fold. Beautiful. Release those hands down. And then I want you to inhale, right arm up, look up. Beautiful. Release it down. Inhale, opposite arm up towards the sky. Look up towards the sky. Feel that stretch. Feel the strength in your legs. And release your hands down. And now we're going to go ahead and bend into that left knee, straightening out the right. Just stretching open our hips a little bit and our inner thighs. And then switch sides. Wonderful. Go ahead and walk your feet in a little bit closer together. And then when you're ready, slowly roll up to standing. And we're going to place our hands on our hips. From here, we're going to do some hip circles and just loosen things up. So make it nice and dramatic. Make sure it feels good to you. And then we're going to go ahead and switch direction and go the other way. Wonderful. Now we're going to come to the top of our mat and prepare to come into our sun salutation A. We're going to do that 3 times. So when you're ready, go ahead, inhale those arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Plant those hands, step back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Look up, step forward, top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, arms up, gaze up, and then hands together in front of your heart. And again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Step back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Look up, step forward, top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Arms up, gaze up, hands together in front of your heart. One more time. Inhale, arms up, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, down. Step back into plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Wonderful. Look up, step forward, top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Arms up, gaze up, hands together in front of your heart. Okay, so we're going to move into a variation of sun salutation B. So when we inhale our arms up, we're actually going to come up on our tiptoes. Take a moment, and then while on our tiptoes, we're going to come into chair pose. So go nice and slow, be controlled. Wonderful. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Step back into plank position. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Now from our down dog, we're going to step that right foot forward. And we're going to plug our left knee down. Release that foot. Come into low lunge. Inhale those arms up. From low lunge, we're going to bend into equestrian. So bend into that front knee, arch your back. Feel that nice stretch. Be opening your hips, and then come back, release those hands, and you're going to push into half splits. Excellent. Release, step back into plank, and then we're going to do our flow. Upward dog, downward dog, and then we're going to be switching sides. So left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, arms up, look up, low lunge. And then we're going to prepare for equestrian and push into that front knee, arching our back, opening up that hip. And then release those hands down to the mat and push into half splits. If you can't completely straighten your leg, don't worry about it. Keep a bend in it. Do what feels good for you. Excellent. Release, step back into plank. We're going to do our flow. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Then look up, and we're going to step forward, top of our mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. And then we're going to inhale, arms up, gaze up, hands together in front of our heart. Wonderful. So we're going to do that 2 more times with a couple of variations worked in. So we're going to go ahead, inhale those arms up, gaze up, come back on your tippy toes. Once you've got your balance, slowly come into your chair pose. Of course, if this is too hard, just plant your feet. No big deal. Forward fold, halfway lift, and release down. Step back into plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to come back into low lunge with our right leg leading. Inhale those arms up. And this time, we're going to come into revolve lunge. So bring those hands together. And we're going to come into a twist, bringing that elbow on the outside of that leg. Your right elbow points up towards the sky. Look up towards the sky if you can. And breathe. And then we're going to release, plant those hands, step back, and take our flow. Upward facing dog. And down dog. And then we're going to move into low lunge with the left leg leading. Inhale, arms up. And bring those hands into prayer. And this time we're going to be hooking our other elbow on the outside of our leg. Left elbow reaches towards the sky. Gaze up if you can. Notice how your back's thanking you. And release. Step back into plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. And then we're going to look up and we're going to step forward, top of our mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, arms up, gaze up, hands together in front of our heart. Beautiful, friends. We're going to do that 1 more time. So we are going to inhale our arms up, come up on our tippy toes, find your balance. And when you feel stable, come into chair. And go ahead, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Step back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. and downward facing dog. So we're going to lead with our right foot again, coming into low lunge, arms up. And then we're going to release our hands behind our back, interlock our hands, open up that chest, and we're going to forward fold on the inside of that right knee. And we're going to do this 3 times. So inhale back up and exhale back down. And inhale back up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Release those hands. Go ahead and do your flow. Coming into plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Great job. And now we're going to lead with our left foot, coming into low lunge again. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, interlock those hands behind your back. Open up that chest. We're going to inhale. And then we are going to exhale and forward fold on the inside of that left knee. And inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And release those hands. Plant them. Step back into plank. Take your flow. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And then look up. Step forward. Top of your mat. Forward fold. And then we're going to inhale, halfway lift. Exhale down. Inhale, arms up, gaze up, hands together in front of your heart. Well done, friends. So from here, we're going to take another vinyasa flow. So go ahead and inhale, arms up, gaze up. Forward fold, halfway lift. Exhale down, step back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. And then we're going to come into 3-legged dog. Inhale that right leg up as high as you can. Bend that knee. We're going to bring it forward and come into pigeon pose. So situate your legs in a way that feels comfortable for you, and you can decide if you want to stay up or if you want to release down onto the mat. Do what feels most comfortable for you. And surrender. And then we're going to push up, create some space, come back into downward dog. And then inhale that left leg up into 3-legged dog. Bring it as high as you can. And we're going to bend that knee, bring it forward, coming into pigeon on the other side. And yet again, friends, you have the option to stay up or to come down to the mat, stacking your hands on each other, resting your forehead on your hands. Make this pose work for you. And we're going to come back out, push up into downward dog. And then release onto our knees and push back into a child's pose. And roll back up. And we're going to come into a single-legged forward fold. So come on your sits bones, extend your right leg out, foot flexed. Left foot is bent and on the inside of that right thigh. Inhale, arms up, extend that spine, hinge from the hips, forward fold. If you can grab your foot, that's great. If you can't, grab your ankle, grab your shin, or if it's more comfortable, put your hands behind your knee. Wherever you are today is exactly where you're supposed to be. And slowly roll up. We're going to switch legs, extend that left, bend the right. Come into alignment. Inhale, arms up. And remember to hinge from the hips forward. Let your hands rest wherever they're comfortable on your leg. And slowly roll back up. We're going to bring our feet together now in cobbler pose. So hold on to those ankles, elongate that spine. When you're ready, forward fold. Enjoy another hip opening stretch. Beautiful. We're going to sit back up. We're going to plant our feet on the mat. You can scooch forward if you need some room. Put our hands behind our back, and we're going to windshield wiper our legs, moving them to the right and to the left, just loosening up those hips a little bit after that nice deep stretch. Excellent. And now, friends, it is time to make your way into Shavasana. So get comfortable, extend those legs out, arms by your sides, palms shining forward, and let it go. Enjoy the fruits of your practice. Let your body melt into your mat. Enjoy this moment. Now, friends, I'd like you to take a nice deep inhale and let it go. And we're going to focus on our breathing for a moment. So I want you to consciously inhale for the count of 6 and exhale for the count of 6. Doing this at your own pace. Inhaling for the count of 6 and exhaling for the count of 6. And return to normal breathing. And now I want you to bring your attention to how supported you feel by the mat and the ground beneath you. Notice how heavy your hands and your feet feel. Notice how secure your hips feel. Notice the sounds around you. Does your skin feel cool or warm? Are you feeling any sensations in your body? And then just relax and let your thoughts be clouds that float on by as you just lie here for a few more moments in this wonderful peacefulness that you've created. And take a nice deep inhale and let it go. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, rock your head side to side, and then when you're ready, roll onto your right side into a fetal position. And then slowly push up into a seated position. Elongate your spine, rest your hands on your knees, close your eyes for a moment. And then inhale, arms up, gaze up, hands together in front of your heart. Thank yourself for your practice today, for taking time to do something good for you. I'm wishing you a very happy rest of your day. I really appreciate you taking this time with me. Hoping to see you again soon. Namaste.